beginning of a journey filled with knowledge, insightful discussions, and valuable learning experiences. So we are excited to kickstart this enriching event with you all students, respected faculties, and our dignitaries on the stage with a welcome song by our students Sadhana, Harshada, Pratiksha, and Sneha.
दहा दिशांनी गुणजन आले सभा मंडपी स्वागत झाले पूर्व नियोजित अपूर्व घडले सावरल्या नजरा स्वागतम सुस्वागतम हा मानाचा मुजरा स्वागतम सुस्वागतम हा मानाचा मुजरा.
Thank you very much, students. Welcome, sir, again. To begin, let's extend a warm welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Superintendent of Police Latur, Mr. Somay Munde, sir. So, now I introduced about respected Somay Munde, sir, that police officers have a variety of personality traits: bravery, loyalty, strong moral character, integrity, and commitment to the community. So we are very lucky that our sub-campus seems to be such a personality, Mr. Somay Munde. So now it's my pleasure that organizing committee gave me a chance to introduce a personality of our chief guest, Mr. Somay Munde sir, that Vinayak Munde sir is currently the Superintendent of Police of Latur district. He acquired his dual degree in Chemical Engineering from IIT Bombay. Mr. Munde sir was the probationary assistant SP in Aurangabad and then became the assistant SP in Amravati. He then became the additional SP in Gadichirali and he leads special operation for marshals before becoming the SP of Latur. He is honored and awarded the Shaurya Chakra by the President of India on 9th May 2023. Respected Munde sir was also awarded a police medal for gallantry on Republic Day in 2024 for leading an operation in March 2023 in deep Naxal territory, and that led to the destruction of an arms manufacturing factory set up by Naxals. So he also received the Satyendra Dubey Memorial Award given by IIT Kanpur in 2023. So, big hand for such a personality. And we also acknowledge the presence of our esteemed dignitary, that is our respected Dr. Rajesh Shinde sir, who is the director of SRTM University, Subcampus Latur, Dr. Pramod Patil sir, who has been instrumental in bringing this workshop to life. So now to invoke divine blessings on this workshop, I request our dignitaries on the stage to kindly offer flowers to Swamiji. signifying the commencement of our learning journey. We are learning in Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University that Swami Ramananda Tirth was an Indian politician, freedom fighter, educator and social activist. After Swami Pujan, may I request to Dr. Pramod Patil sir to felicitate today's chief guest, Mr. Somay Munde sir, Superintendent Police of Latur. Sorry, Dr. Shinde sir will felicitate to our SP sir. May I request to Dr. Pramod Patil sir to felicitate today's president of program.
आपलं नसतो मुलीचं लागलं बाबाचा सत्कार होतो.
So now I request to Dr. Pramod Patil sir to give briefing about the object of the national workshop.
Thank you, Meera Madam. With the permission of the DAS, Honorable Somay Munde sir, SP Latur, Dr. Rajesh Shinde sir, SRTV Sub-Campus Latur, and all participants, respected faculty members of Sub-Campus Latur, and non-teaching staff and dear students, I am here to present the brief introduction about my school, our school, and about the workshop. Once again, good morning and welcome. Sir, it's my duty to introduce, inform and give the information about our school. The School of Management Science, SRTP Sub-Campus Latur, started in 2007 with an objective that in 1993 we had a devastating Killari earthquake. So the Honorable Chief Minister Vilas Raju Deshmukh, with his idea, the sub-campus was started to provide the training, research and capacity building on disaster management for the people in the Latur region. So it started with the MBA course and slowly the other schools are added like School of Technology, School of Social Science. At this moment we have MBA, MCOM, PGDM course under the School of Management. Then we have MSc Computer Science, Bioinformatics under School of Technology and MSW, MA Economics and PG Diploma in School of Social Science. So I will come directly to the Disaster Management Department. I will give in Disaster Management, MBA Disaster Management and PG Diploma 1 year Disaster Management. The course started in 2012, PG Diploma. We are playing important role in all the dimensions like academic, research, extension, administration, training. In academics, we have started this course. We got the funding of rupees 42 lakhs from the UGC to start this course, UGC Innovative Program. Our students are placed at different esteemed organizations and government organizations. Our 6 students are working as District Disaster Management Officer at Nanded, Latur, Parabani, Hingoli, Sambhajinagar and Palghar. Also our students are working in the sugar factories and industries as a safety officer. They are working in the malls, departmental stores, and some of them are entrepreneurs. So with this academics, strong academics and the placement, the department is working. Also we are working on the research component, sir. We have done the research on the lightning activities. In 2012, if you see the scenario that in world 10% of the deaths are in Latur are in India
lightning days, and in India, Maharashtra stands second for the lightning days, and in Maharashtra, it is the Marathwada that is second for the lightning days. Then in Marathwada, Latur district is second for the lightning days, and in Latur district, Latur is the top in the lightning days. So you can see, apart from the earthquake and drought, lightning is a hot spot for the Latur Taluka. So on that basis, we conducted the research about the reasons behind the lightning days, and we conducted the awareness program. And after 2012, for 2 years, there was not a single death in Latur Taluka because of lightning. Earlier, lightning deaths were highest in Latur Taluka, but post-awareness, there were not a single death for 2 years. So this was the research component. We are working on the different disasters apart from the lightning, earthquake, then man-made disasters also. As the social and work for the society and for the community. So we are working on the extension activities also. We did awareness about the lightning in Latur Taluka. We did earthquake awareness in 100 villages in Ausa Taluka. Then we have added one subject, that is community engagement program for the students of PGDDM. The students are supposed to conduct the research and do the extension activity for the community around this in this region. Sir, we are also involved in the administration. I am working as a district, I am an advisory member for Latur district for disaster management. Under the guidance of our director, we regularly participate in the disaster management activities in Latur region. We are also involved in the training, sir. We have given training to the government employees, industry people, and also we have given training to the police department. Sir, there is one point I would like to add. I gave the training to the police department in Nanded, and that was I feel that most difficult part for me, delivering the training. The hall was like this. ऐसा एक हॉल था. ये हॉल में 100 पुलिस वाले वहाँ पे बैठे हुए थे ट्रेनिंग के लिए. All were in uniforms. हमारा हालत ऐसा है सर, we see if even अगर हम एक भी पुलिस को देखते हैं तो डर जाते हैं. And that time 100 policemen were sitting in front of me, policemen and officer, and I was delivering the training. So I thought that is the most difficult training I have given in my life, because all those 100 people were looking at me with the suspicious view. ये आदमी कुछ तो गलत कर रहा है, ऐसे नज़रिए से मेरे तरफ देख रहे थे. So it was a very difficult, and that was a particular training where I was giving a training. 100 policemen were there, and they locked it from the outside. So for some moment I got a feeling, what is this? And I thought that how to do this in such a small period of time. I was uncomfortable for 10-15 minutes. But then I did one thing, which was the question to me and to you also, sir. We have seen the strikes of everyone. As you can see, आजकल आप देखते हो, डॉक्टर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, टीचर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, इंजीनियर स्ट्राइक करते हैं, सभी स्ट्राइक करते हैं. बट आज तक आपने किसी ने पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट को स्ट्राइक पे देखा है क्या? सो दिस क्वेश्चन आई आस्क इन द ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम, व्हाट इज द रीजन, कि ऐसा क्या है कि कभी हमने सुना नहीं है और हमने इमेजिन भी नहीं किया है कि अगर पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट स्ट्राइक पे जाएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा. तो ये क्वेश्चन जब मैंने उनको पूछा पार्टिसिपेंट्स को, देन दे ओपनड अप, दे सेड वी हैव पैट्रियोटिज्म, नेशनलिज्म, हमारे अंदर नेशनलिज्म भरा हुआ है. एंड सेकेंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज द डिसिप्लिन. We are highly disciplined people. There is no provision for strike in our system. And then slowly those people opened up. Initially I was thought that it is very difficult to give training. How can I, मतलब 10-15 मिनट में मुझे मुश्किल लग रहा था. But धीरे धीरे 2 घंटे ट्रेनिंग हुआ. Then I realized that these people looks very hard from outside, but they are good by heart. They are very soft. That means they have been trained for इन द ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम. अगर आपके सामने अगर कोई आता है तो आपको उसको पहले सस्पिशियस नज़र से ही देखना है. एंड वंस दे रियलाइज दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन और दिस सिचुएशन इज़ गुड, दे एक्सटेंड देयर हार्ट. ओके, तो एक बहुत अच्छा मुझे एक्सपीरियंस मिला वो ट्रेनिंग में. जो हम पुलिसमैन को देखते हैं कि एकदम स्ट्राउट, स्ट्रांग, रफ, स्टडी पर्सन रहते हैं, बट वो उतने ही हार्ट से उतने अच्छे होते हैं. ये एक मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है सर. सो वी आर ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व इन द ट्रेनिंग ऑल्सो सर, and we promote the students for the sports and extension. Our honorable SP sir is a very fitness freak. We regularly see him on doing the cycling, running, and me and Humbe sir last year participated in the rally, cycle rally, Latur, Pandharpur, Latur. So sir was also there. In his busy schedule, he came out at the and inaugurated the session. Sir, we also do the same thing. We promote the students to participate in the sports, and we tell them that you should be health conscious. Sir, I will not take much time. I will come to the workshop, today's workshop. It's a 2 days workshop, national level workshop, and the nature of the workshop is both way. That is online and offline. Since the participants are from different parts of this country and other states, so we have kept the online option, and offline students are in front of you. We have this workshop is divided into 2 parts. One is the technical session and another is the training. So in technical session, we are giving the people, the participant, information about the regional disasters, what they are going to face in this scenario. हम लोग आपको वो वोल्केनिक इरप्शन कैसे होता है, ज्वालामुखी कैसे होता है, ये हम नहीं बताना चाहते. हम चाहते हैं कि आप जब लोगों में जाते हो, तो आप जब सोसाइटी में रहते हो, तो आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकते हैं. जैसे अभी सनस्ट्रोक आने वाला है. सो व्हाट शुड वी डू, ये रीजन में क्या सिचुएशंस है, इसके ऊपर हम उनको एजुकेट करने वाले. एंड इन द सेकेंड सेशन इट विल बी अ मॉक ड्रिल. द मॉक ड्रिल बी फॉर द फायर फाइटिंग, मॉक ड्रिल विल बी फॉर द CPR and first aid. Then also the workshop doesn't mean that just the delivery of information. The participation is also very important. So from that point of view, sir, we have kept 2 competitions, reel competition and poster competitions. Sir, 150 participants registered for the workshop, and we have received 11 entries for the reel competition. We have given them time for the work, and these reels are so beautiful, and they have covered the road accidents and the regional disasters also. Then we have kept the poster competition. Then also, sir, the objective is to train the people, student, about the regional disaster, the capacity building. The participants are UG student, PG students, teacher, and also the industry people. We have some industry people as a participant. So looking at all this angle, we have kept this workshop. The objective of, as I said, the objective of Unicity is not only to teach the students, but also we have the moral responsibility and the commitment for the society. From that angle, we are working on the capacity building of the students and the society and the community throughout the year. So with this objective, we have organized this workshop, and the brief introduction. With this, I end the brief information about the course as well as for the workshop. And we are very happy that we got such a youth icon, fitness freak, young, and
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Somay Munde sir, to grace us with their inaugural address, sharing their valuable insights and perspectives on the theme of this workshop.
I'll stick to speaking in English because I guess the language for the workshop is English. Is there anyone who does not understand English? कुणी असा आहे ज्याला इंग्लिश येत नाही इथे ऑडियन्समध्ये? सर्वांना समजते? ओके, ठीक आहे. Respected Professor Dr. Rajesh Shinde sir and Dr. Pramod Patil sir. At the same time, all the faculty members who have gathered here, and most importantly, the students who have gathered here. This workshop takes me back to my college days, and I remember during our college days we had something called a major degree and a minor degree. So in IIT you get to get admission into a major degree, and then you get admission into a minor degree. Minor degree is basically a diploma in something that you can pursue. It's an optional thing. So I had pursued diploma in management, and at that time I remember we had few classes on the disaster management, and I remember many of the workshops that we handled here. Same kind of workshops we had in IIT Bombay, and I remember the CPR training and the fire drill and also the earthquake drill, most importantly the flood drill that was there. It takes me back to the college days, so I thank the organizing committee here who has invited me and given me this opportunity to interact with all the students. India is a very young country. When I say India is a very young country, I don't mean to say that we just got independence right now, and that way civilization, if you look at our Indian civilization, it's a very old civilization. We have history dating back 3000 years, 4000 years, written history. Rig Veda was written roughly around 1500 BC. So that is, you can say, 3000 years ago. Our Harappa civilization was there in 2800 BC. At that time, it was a full-fledged city. People who were, thriving community. So it's a very old civilization, but our country is young, in the sense that we have that advantage of having a very young population in our country. Most of our people, most of the population, we are at that crux in the history of our country where most of the population is young as compared to other nations. If you look at European nations, if you look at US, if you look at Far East nations like Japan, Korea, their average age of population is increasing. They don't have young people anymore. We are one of those countries in South Asia where we are on that cusp of revolution, and that revolution is possible because of this young population. 60% of people in our country are below the age of 45 right now, and that is a double-edged sword. How we utilize that huge potential, that depends on us. It's like nuclear energy. Nuclear energy can be used for say production of electricity, or it can be used for production of atomic bomb. So how do we use it is very important. So the theme of this workshop that has been mentioned here, that is empowered youth and resilient communities for safer tomorrow. It's a very important thing. Why? Because in disaster management, youth play a very important role. They are the backbone of any community. When we talk about disaster management, we only think about management from government point of view, but that is not really necessary. If we want to manage any disaster from holistic point of view, we have to have the involvement and participation of youth, which is the backbone of our society. When we talk about disaster, we normally think about natural disasters. For example, we just talk about lightning. We had number of natural disasters like tsunami we had. Latur unfortunately has had a huge natural disaster, that is their Killari earthquake. We had Kedarnath floods. Of people died there. We had number of such natural disasters. Every year we get cyclones in the eastern coastal area. So these natural disasters are continuously happening. But there is another kind of disaster, that is man-made disaster, and we have had number of them. We can talk about Bhopal gas tragedy. That was one of the man-made disasters. We have had a nuclear fallout in Chernobyl in Russia, where number of people were affected. There was a point of time when the whole world was on the cusp of disaster. So man-made disasters are happening. So disasters, when we think of disasters, we think about sudden events. We think about events that are happening in matter of seconds. For example, tsunami happened barely 10 20 seconds of wave came and the whole coastal community was destroyed. Killari earthquake, hardly 30 seconds, 40 seconds of earthquake and the whole community was destroyed. But there are creeping disasters also that are going on in our society right now. How many people died in Killari earthquake? I mean, can anyone tell me? Anyone from the audience? How many people died in the earthquake? Any one of the boys? Killari मध्ये किती जण प्राणापासून गेलेले आहेत? Roughly around 10,000, 15,000. If you talk about the figure, it will be roughly around 10,000 to 15,000 figure we lost. So it's a sudden event. In matter of seconds, we lost so many lives. But there are other creeping disasters that are going on in our society. One of the disasters is road accident. How many people die every year in road accidents? Can anyone tell me? In whole of the country, there are 2 lakh people who are dying every year because of road accidents. So when we compare of Killari incidents and road accidents that are happening every year, 2 lakh deaths every year. So that's a creeping disaster. Why disasters happen? Why these kind of disasters happen? Because somewhere or the other, the management of various physical infrastructure, natural infrastructure that is there, somewhere it has gone wrong. That is why these natural disasters and man-made disasters, these creeping disasters, sudden disasters that are happening. We are one of those countries, when we were a developing country, we are still a developing country, but few years back, communicable diseases was a big deal. When cholera outbreak used to happen, when typhoid outbreak used to happen, hundreds of people, thousands of people used to die in matter of months. For example, in the Ganga Yamuna region, when the floods happened, there was large outbreak of cholera and number of people used to die in that particular area. So even that is a natural disaster. But now one of those, we are at that point in our history where communicable diseases are not killing so many people, whereas non-communicable diseases are killing lot more people. So the largest reason, the biggest reason for death currently in India is cardiovascular diseases. Gone are the days when our people used to die of malaria, when our people used to die of typhoid, when our people used to die of cholera. But people are still dying. And why people are dying? Because of cardiovascular diseases. So number of deaths because of cardiovascular diseases are increasing a lot. So that is also one of the disasters that is happening. It is happening because of number of things. It can be happening because of pollution. It can be happening because of our changes in our dietary standards, our habits, many number of things. Our tensions, the whole society being nuclear family oriented. So all these things are leading to non-communicable diseases being the primary reason for death currently in India. And we hold that kind of unpopular distinction of being the largest country with diabetic population. So that is also a disaster. So all these creeping disasters are happening. When we focus on disasters, we normally focus on sudden disasters. But these creeping disasters are also leading to number of deaths more than the sudden disasters that we talk about. We might talk about Bhopal gas tragedy a lot. There are movies made, there are documentaries that are made. You might look at them. There are 4,000 to 5,000 people who died on record in Bhopal gas tragedy. In Latur itself, 300 people died, roughly 380 people died because of road accident only last year. So these disasters, when we talk about disaster, we think that disaster, sometime it will come, someday earthquake might happen, we may be ready, we may not be ready. So, we'll wait for it. That's not the right approach. Disasters are happening right now. They are happening every day. Because these are creeping disasters, these are happening at very slow pace that we are not realizing it. One of the biggest problems that the future generations are going to face is pollution. Everyone has talked about, everyone knows about global warming. All that we are going to talk about. If you look at the rise in temperature in last few decades, only 1 Celsius increase in the temperature is going to cause big disasters in the country overall. So the current, if you look at the projections, if you look at the scientific papers published by disaster management people who are studying climate change at the higher level, they will say that 1 degree Celsius increase in the temperature is going to submerge 200 kilometers of coastlines. So when we talk about 200 kilometers from Mumbai, where do we come? Basically at the foot of Sahyadris we are going to come. You are going to see Kolhapur, you are going to see Satara, you are going to see all this. Probably because of Sahyadri the water may not come to this side. But you imagine the whole of Konkan vanishing. So that is a disaster that is happening at our level. So how do we prevent these disasters? When we are aware of it, when we know what is going on, when we can predict how things are going to happen 50 years down the line, 100 years down the line, if we go at the current pace. So if we understand that, then only we can build resilient communities who can withstand disasters. More often than not, disasters are going to affect poorer people. They are going to affect people who are from disadvantaged society. They are going to affect people from lower economic background. They are not going to affect so much to the higher economic background or from the upper stratas of the society, because they will have resources to overcome it. But it is going to really affect the lower economic status people. So if you want to build communities who are resilient to disasters, we need to think about it right now. And for that, we need the young people becoming aware of it, young people being expert in it. We have National Disaster Management Authority now. National Disaster Management Authority was formed somewhere around in 2005, I think. After the tsunami disaster, it was formed. So that is a very important step that the Government of India took, for which they dedicated separate authority only for disaster management. It was not earlier, it was not the case. So we have National Disaster Management Authority, we have State Disaster Management Authority, District Disaster Management Authority is led by District Collector. I am one of the members of that authority. So what I mean to say is we have created a lot of infrastructure for dealing with disaster, but we need involvement of specialist young people who will come in this field, specialize in this field, do research in this field, become an activist in this field, who will be building a stronger community, who will be building a resilient community to deal with all these disasters that are happening every day. For that we need awareness, for that we need training, for that we need specialization. And I really want to thank the SRTM University for creating this sub-campus, because these are the people who are going to help us. These are the people who are going to advise us. Just like Pramod Patil sir just said, he is one of the advisors. So we need training, we need disaster management training from experts who know how to deal with disasters in scientific way. We have the manpower. We have created roughly a group of 30 policemen in Latur district who can deal with any disaster. They know how to operate various equipment. They know how to do CPR. We have created a group of young people. They are trained by people like Pramod Patil sir. I think he also must have trained our people. That training was conducted in collector office. So we have manpower. The government is there, but government has many things to do. The scope is very vast. So we need the support and the participation of young population who will specialize in this field and will come forward and join us in this endeavor to create safer societies, resilient societies who can deal with any kind of disaster, be it creeping disaster, be it any kind of disaster. There was a time when cyclones used to kill thousands of people. I remember in 99 there was a cyclone in Odisha. That cyclone killed 10,000 people. Now the cyclones are, it's not that the cyclones are not happening today. They are happening every day. Every year. Every year during the monsoon, the cyclones hit the eastern coast of India. That is Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Odisha. All these places it is hitting. But those many deaths are not happening now. Barely any death is happening. Because the communities there have understood how to deal with this disaster, who have understood how to deal with this kind of thing that is coming annually. The government machinery there has integrated with the local community in order to deal with the disaster. There are evacuation plans. So one of my batchmates was posted in Odisha, and he was telling me the very smooth way in which the disaster management, the evacuation plans, the first aid, the emergency response that happens during the cyclone season that happens in Odisha. So we have those pockets of excellence in our country right now where we have learned to deal with disasters. But there are many things that still are yet to be done. And that is why we need young people like you. I'm sure you will join hands with the government machinery in order to counter this huge issue that is coming up every year. And I'm sure this 2-day workshop that is there, it is going to be very fruitful. I was also a college student not many years ago, so I understand that it is very difficult to concentrate for 2 days sitting in one place, and people are coming giving lecture, and we are trying to, our mind is somewhere else. But I still implore you to, if you take even 20% of what is being given here, I'm sure you will go back with a lot more, and it is going to help you build up your personality. It is going to help you build up your academic career. I want to congratulate SRTM Subcampus Latur for organizing this disaster management workshop for 2 days, especially involving young people, young youth here. I want to congratulate the whole team who has gathered here, a number of students who are there offline and also online. And lastly, I want to thank the SRTM University for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to talk with you all. I hope that this workshop is going to pay a lot of dividend to our society, and I hope some of you are going to join and take up disaster management as a career, probably join us as DDMO and various other places, either in private or in public sector. I want to thank you all for giving a patient listening here. I have managed to grab the attention of most of the students here. I can see that. So thank you for that attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your valuable address may follow by our students. As you said, that we have to work upon the disaster, but what about disaster? Beyond that, we have to work upon the mitigation and preparedness for the disaster. Because of that preparation, we can reduce loss from the disaster. As sir addressed, there is a more need for the training, like a disaster training for mock drills, fire, earthquake, such a type of disasters. We will try our best on our level, sir. We will train for our disaster students for the preparation for the disaster. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request to our respected Dr. Rajesh Shinde, sir, for the presidential address.
Good morning to one and all. Good morning. Okay. Respected guest of today's function, Munde sir, organizer of this workshop, Dr. Pramod Patil and his team, my faculty members at Subcampus Latur, participation from various colleges of Latur, in and around Latur, those who are online, I welcome you all to this workshop on behalf of Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada Vidyapith, Subcampus Latur. As we have been talking about the disaster management, why it is important to understand, why it is the need of the society to involve in this so that disasters can be reduced. We cannot stop them, but we can reduce them. And in these 2 days, we have kept the sessions in such a way that you will not only listen to the experts, you will have hands-on practice and demonstration. So, by doing this, you will be able to understand the disaster very well. You will be going through the reels competition, one of 2 reel competition Dr. Pramod Patil has shared me, which are created very good. So when you will get these reels, try to share these reels with your friends more and more so that people will be aware of it. I will not take much time because we are already late. So we are having 4 sessions to be conducted today. I thank the chief guest and the participants who has come over here online and offline, and I'll make it sure that these 2 days will make you to carry something which is important for you and for the nation also. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I hand over vote of thanks to Professor Niturkar ma'am.
Thank you, Megha ma'am, for giving me this opportunity of vote of thanks. A very good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais and all the faculty members and the students. I'm very glad to express my vote of thanks, a special thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Somay Munde sir, for accepting our invitation of this national workshop on disaster risk resilience among youths, and for being here with us today. Sir, I would like to thank you for giving a very valuable guidance about the creeping disasters, climate change, cyclones, earthquakes, and many more. And he focused on the importance of the awareness as well as the training among all the communities how to deal with the different types of disasters. And once again, thank you, sir, for your you have boosted our energy, and your thoughts have truly inspired us. And thank you to our chief guest, president of the workshop, Dr. Shinde sir, for his valuable presence and support. Once again, thank you all the participants and the organizers of this committee, Dr. S.V. Mane sir, Dr. H.S. Patil sir, Dr. Nishikant Warbuan sir, Dr. Shilpa Bidkar ma'am, Dr. Om Prakash Kotule sir, Mrs. Megha Salunke ma'am, Mr. Abhilash Borade sir. Thank you once again to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Following the keynote address, we will be diving into the first session of the workshop focusing on disaster risk resilient among youths. We will be joined by our expert speaker, Dr. Pramod Patil sir, Mr. Chetan Deshpande sir, Mr. Vivekanand Kadam sir, who will guide us through disaster risks and capacity building. So dear participants, tea is waiting for you. So please take tea.
Hey.